April the 30th, live on Sky Sports, Spurs Arsenal. How many are Spurs going to win by?
Good question. It's a question that over the years we've not been able to ask. But at the moment, Tottenham are looking very good. Arsenal struggling a little bit. So yeah, I think the Tottenham fans are feeling like that at the moment. How many can we win by?
Going back in both your careers, did you ever win?
It took a while. I'm not sure I beat one of Thierry's teams. I don't think I did. But I think it was probably about 2007, 2008 when I finally got to win. And that was a sweet moment. As I say, it took a long time to build up to that, but when it did happen, it was great. And after that, the floodgates have opened it up a little bit since, and we've been able to get some victories.
It's a footballing derby. How big is it?
For me as an Arsenal man, it means the world. You're asking him the question about the derby, and for the very first time, I'm not confident about how we're going to go and play there at the Lane. But who knows? We might be able to stop their run to win the title. That will be a great day for us.
With the derbies you had played in prior to coming to London, where does that sort of reach on the scale?
Like I said before, as an Arsenal man, for me, is at the very top because Ledley knows it. Him being a Tottenham man, it means everything to us. I don't know, and I don't care about the rest of the world when that happens. It is Tottenham Arsenal. They're chasing the league. We're trying to make a run for the top 4 place. So for me, it meant the world. So hopefully, it's going to be the same for those guys on the day.
And prior to going to Tottenham as a boy, were you aware of the enormity of this game, what it meant to the supporters?
Yeah, of course. I played in the fixture as a young kid. I was at the club from the age of 14. So I had my battles from a young kid, and then followed that into the first team. And I've always known how much it meant to the fans. I used to watch games as a young kid before being in the first team and seeing the fans and the atmosphere on the match day. And I wanted to be a part of it one day, and finally got my chance.
And leading them out of the tunnel, being captain, and unfortunately in most of your careers as a Tottenham player, you were playing second fiddle to them. That really hurt.
It did. There was levels apart from us at that time. There was a team that was competing for the title, and we was kind of a mid-table team trying to get in the top 4. Like roles reversed now a little bit.
I will second that. They were a mid-table team.
You enjoyed your...
No, I mean
reversed now, huh?
Yeah, it is. The thing that I would say that is, if you compare the two teams at the time, although it was a battle, don't get me wrong, because like I mentioned before, it meant the world for both sides, but we had a bit more quality, if I can say. But what bothers me a bit more about now is you would like to think that the quality is a bit the same with both teams. And they are edging it.
You're thinking Arsenal right now are the same quality as Tottenham?
Well, the quality on paper, yes. I'm not talking about the quality on the field. Sorry?
How many games are won on paper? How many games are won when handed team sheets?
And I agree with that, none. But I'm saying, comparing to his time, it was difficult to come and battle with that team. I think Arsenal should do better against that Tottenham team because I think the quality is almost the same. There is a level of competition that should have happened a bit more, but it's not happening at the minute.
I was asked recently how many players in the Arsenal team would get in the Tottenham team at the moment. It was difficult for me to pick 2.
So we agree on 1, we know who.
Yeah.
And then the second one, who did you struggle with?
Who do you pick?
Well,
Sanchez
the other one was Ozil, but
on his day.
I'm going for 1 now. I think it's possibly 1 at the moment. And
you having that?
It's difficult for me as an Arsenal man at the minute, but you have to be honest. At the minute also, I can only see right now Alex Sanchez getting into that team. Yes, without anyone saying how come he's in the team. All the others, I think people will argue with that. So yes. So
that means that Tottenham win easily.
No, it doesn't mean. No, it doesn't mean they're going to win easily. Yeah. Because I think if I was playing, and it's difficult, we're not there to compare and everything, my time, their time, but I can only think as a competitor. If I was going to the Lane the way it is at the minute, and people were thinking that we cannot win any big games away from home, stopping them winning the title, I would wake up that day thinking, this is my day today, and hopefully they're going to have the same attitude.
Right now, if you could play for any manager, Arsene Wenger or Pochettino?
Pochettino.
Why?
And I admire Arsene Wenger. I think he's been great for the club. But Pochettino is someone is a man's man. You know, he's a manager that a young kid, up and coming, would love to play for. You know, he puts an arm around them, but at the same time, he's firm with them. He demands quality, demands work rate. And I think you know where you stand with him, and I think that's all you can ask for.
You're in the dressing room, half time in this game coming up. I know it's a hard one because you've not worked with Pochettino. Who's going to get the message across best? If you're 1-0 down at half time, you know Arsene Wenger inside out, losing a derby at White Hart Lane, 1-0 half time. What's he going to say to you?
I think at that particular moment, I'm not ducking the question, but if you're not up to play a derby at that level, that magnitude, if you need your boss to come in a dressing room and make it happen for you, then you're in the wrong game. That's what I'm saying to you. I mean, it should be like that all the time. And again, I don't like to compare eras, but I can assure you that with the teams that I played with, we would have had an argument even when we were winning. So what I'm saying is, okay, I'm going to answer the question. Right now, it looks like Pochettino is doing the right thing because the guys are responding. But that doesn't mean that Arsene maybe is not saying the right thing also in the dressing room for the team to play well. What I'm saying is, if you wait for your manager all the time to come at half-time and raise the level, especially on a derby day, then I think you shouldn't be in that dressing room.
I get that. So we're in the dressing room at half-time. Arsenal are losing 1-0. Who are the big players in that Arsenal team that are going to do the manager's job, which is the way it should be? And I'll ask you the same question.
I think
You're losing 1-0. Who are the big players at Arsenal right now are going to stand up and say, we're not good at this, we should be doing that. You get your finger out. You're not bang at it.
It's difficult to imagine it because I'm not in the dressing room, but I would like to think Petr Cech, he won the league, okay, didn't win it at Arsenal, but he knows exactly what it is. And Chelsea also and Tottenham don't really like each other, so he has been in this type of situation also at the Lane. Alexis Sanchez, I would like to think that's going to be that guy, and Laurent Koscielny. After, you know, I'm sure I'm forgetting some guys, and I hope that I'm forgetting some guys that will be in the dressing room talking. But like I said to you, if it's only 3, I don't think it's enough.
Your dressing room half time? Not going well.
Like Thierry said, you know, I'm not in the dressing room, so I don't know for sure. But I would imagine it's not so much with words, but it's with the performance on the pitch.
No, you're in there at half time. You know, I've been there both as a player and a manager. As a manager, you're looking for your big players to be talking for you. You know, you can only say so much. They get fed up hearing you.
Yeah.
It's now the senior players, the big characters, the big personalities. Who are they in the Tottenham dressing room right now?
You would think Hugo Lloris, you know, he's an experienced goalkeeper, been around. I know that Harry has taken on the mantle of being the captain of the club. He knows what it means to the fans, to everyone at the club. You know, there's players of experience. There's players of experience here. I know that Danny Rhodes is someone who's, you know, got fire in his belly, and if he's not happy, he'll let you know.
Good.
These guys, you would expect.
You can never have enough of them, can you? When it's not going well.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, 3 is not enough. You should have 11 leaders out there, and even the guys on the bench pushing the guys playing. You
have an insight into Vertonghen and Alderweireld. Are they going to be characters in there when it's not going well?
Well, they have
Belly as well.
Well, Musa, Jan, and Toby are leading by example with the way they play. I think when it's time to talk, they do talk. But what I'm saying, we always talk about them with the way they play. But what impresses me with Tottenham, not only obviously as you know, I'm with them in the national team, but what impresses me with Tottenham is the way they play as a unit. And the other day I went to do the game, and the pressure that they're putting, the discipline that they have, they are well coached, which is something that should be the norm, should be normal. But they're well coached. You could see that they like to play for the manager, right desire. So like I said before, I used to be confident going to the lane as a player or watching the game as a fan. I'm not that confident anymore, and obviously the three guys that you mentioned are very important for Tottenham. But everybody is playing really well, and Pochettino is doing extremely well, and that doesn't reassure me for the future.
A team is only as strong as their weakest link. And again, it's a question to both of you. Where would you see Arsenal not being at the strongest, to put it politely? And the same, where would you see Tottenham having a weakness?
I think that the midfield battle is an important one, you know, and I think Tottenham are particularly strong in that area. As we mentioned, Dembele, Wanyama, Dyer. These are physical players, but they can play as well. I think they've got a big advantage over Arsenal in that area, and if they can win that battle, then I think that they've got a great chance of winning the game.
Thierry?
Thinking about what I see that Tottenham is not doing well, at the minute I can't see anything, in all fairness. The only thing that I can say that they won against teams that they are supposed to beat recently, and they did it ever so well with what I mentioned, with how they're well coached and disciplined and the tactic and whatnot. The only thing that I always see with Tottenham, and you will disagree, I'm sure, is whenever they see that red shirt, somehow they kind of
So you're sitting there a team of bottlers then when they play Arsenal?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it happens sometimes. You see Everton sometimes playing against Liverpool and they just don't turn up. I don't know why, and I refer to the game last year. I don't know if you remember. We went down to 10 men. Tottenham were in control of the game. Harry Kane scored an amazing goal. And I was like, oh my gosh, we are going to struggle with this one. And then suddenly, with 10 men, we started to control the game. And there was still that kind of, oh, it's Arsenal. When I actually seen it from an outsider, I'm going to take my body out of being an Arsenal man. You shouldn't.
You haven't that? What is he saying, that there's an inferiority complex that Tottenham have when they play the Arsenal? You haven't any of that?
I think for a long time, there's no doubt that we've struggled against Arsenal. And as I said before, during Thierry's time, it didn't matter how well we played it. Sometimes, it was so difficult to beat that team. We come off the pitch feeling that we had a great go at them, should have won the game, and somehow they'd come away with a draw, at least. I think slowly but surely that that gap kind of changed to when I was kind of finishing my career, where it's fun 50-50 with the two teams. Now I think Tottenham have overtaken Arsenal. I don't think the manager will allow his players to have that feeling. And when you're a team playing with confidence, you go out there believing you can beat anyone. It shouldn't matter about whether it's Arsenal, Man United. You know yourself. Top players shouldn't. You should never think about that.
No, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying from how I see it. Sometimes I see that just because it is Arsenal, there is kind of a
maybe it's
mental,
the derby game. Maybe
a mental block. But there is one guy that actually doesn't actually care about it. And for a long time, I always remember when I arrived at Arsenal, people were obviously, as you can imagine, you said you grew up as a Tottenham man. I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I arrived. I didn't know what was the derby before. The senior players that when I arrived at Arsenal taught me what it was to play against Tottenham, as I'm sure in the dressing room and at the training ground. You know how it is, a week before the game, 2 weeks before the game. That's all everyone talks at the training ground. So I took that on board and I understood it. But if you, how can I put that into words without going too far with it? I used to say to the guys, I don't actually care about Tottenham. I want to win the league.
I got that impression.
When the game is on to play against Tottenham, now that's when I'm going to think about Tottenham, and it's more than important. I said to you, it meant the world to me. But what bothers me now, in a way, it's good for you guys, but it does bother me a bit because you're going the right way. It's Pochettino doesn't care about Arsenal. And I think that was something that was a bit too much in your brain at Tottenham. You were thinking about us too much. What are they doing there? Maybe if we take that guy that they had there, you know, I'm talking about some guys that you took to come, scouts or whatever. I was like, oh, good. Let them concentrate on us and what we do instead of concentrating on them. But that man that you have as a coach now, concentrate on Tottenham and no one else. And that's why I'm a bit upset with it, not in a bad way, well, a bit in a bad way as an Arsenal man. But that guy finally understood and made the training ground and all the Tottenham fans actually see the bigger picture. Yeah. The bigger picture is to win the league. Not to, well, along the way you have to beat Arsenal, but it's to win the league. Yeah.
You know, this is going to be the last derby at White Hart Lane.
Oh.
It attaches a special importance for the Spurs players.
It should do.
Maybe for that, and the Arsenal players possibly.
It bothers me. I'm not a player anymore. I'm not feeling well. I just don't. It's just I don't know. Answer the question. I'll come back.
Yeah, it should do. It should. You know, the players should be excited by the prospect of playing in the last game. You know, and trying to create a memory that will last in the fans, or last with the fans for years to come. You know, I remember playing in the team when Arsenal won the league at our place. You know, and that hurt. That hurt. You know, we got a draw on the day, which was something. We didn't get beat. We didn't lie down. But a point was enough for Arsenal, and that hurt that day. You know, and we've never really gotten over that.
Well, I can take you back even further than that. 1971, I was an apprentice at 71 at Spurs, and Arsenal came there to win the league, and they won the league that night at White Hart Lane.
Again,
So it was bad memories for us Spurs supporters.
Yeah. Well, I think that this is a chance to kind of finish off in the right way, finish off in style.
Will that be a factor for the Arsenal lads? Last derby at White Hart Lane.
I hope so.
Put a plaque up on a new stadium.
I hope so, because that's all I'm thinking about. Because I played in the last derby at Highbury. I played in that game.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think we had to play against Villarreal in the Champions League, and I remember the boss coming up to me and said, Thierry, you need a rest. I mean, I need what? He said,
The derby game?
Yeah, I was on the bench. Michael Carrick won the show in midfield. I don't know if you remember, he was playing extremely well. He should have scored, went around the keeper, missed the sitter. I'll be honest, you guys bossed the game on the day. All I'm thinking is, no, listen, what? No, it's not possible. Not the last ever derby at Highbury. Actually, you know, I came on and I think Eboué stayed on the ground and you guys carried on playing. At the end of the very day, we were upset. But
Was that the two managers? Was that when they...
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is at the end of the very day, one rule. You play until the ref blow the whistle. So we all were upset, but then at the end of the day, you have to look at yourself. The ref didn't blow the whistle, you have to play. Next thing you know, I think Carrick get the ball to Edgar Davids. Edgar Davids crosses it to Robbie Keane, and Robbie Keane did his celebration, whatever that celebration is. And he celebrated in front of the fans, and I was like, wow. At one point, I took it personally. I will be honest. I said, my first ever defeat against Tottenham, the last game at Highbury. No. And little you know, it was a foul on Stalteri, I will be honest, from Adebayo. And we came back 1-1. And then I went on, not the last day. So that's why I'm saying, Graham, I'm not feeling well. And I hope that they know it's the last game.
Is this the first time you've had that feeling?
No.
About this game?
No.
You must have always been super confident when this fixture came along, even when when you'd finished playing.
Yeah, listen, I was a very confident person. But there is something in the back of your head that you're like, oh, if we lose against them, I live in northwest/north London to go to the training ground or whatever. And you know how it is when you live there. It's are you going to meet a Tottenham fan or are you going to meet an Arsenal fan?
Are you panicking about it? Arsenal coming there, very last derby, with all the history attached to the lane.
I'm not panicking, no. I'm excited by it. I think that the players are. They're in great form. When you're in great form, you bring anyone on, and it's a great chance to stick the knife in Arsenal a little bit more.
Do you feel this Tottenham team has really grown since they drew to West Brom on Monday Night Football? I was doing it here in the studios, and they seemed to fall apart psychologically. They did between that game and the end of the season. Do you think they've gained strength from that? They're a stronger team this year.
Yeah, I do. I think it hurt the manager. You could see how much it hurt him that his team collapsed at the end of the season. He doesn't want a team to be seen as soft. And I think that the team will finish the season, whether they win the league or not, they'll finish the season the right way.
I think it's good news for you because we work together a lot. He's cool, he's calm. He needs his nappy changing for this game. I can sense it in him.
You know why?
You're not a happy Thierry Henry.
No, because I'm not playing. If you can take control of your destiny, then it's a different story. I can only watch, and that is annoying. Well, I mean, I'm actually sad. I will be honest. I'm sad to see the lane going. I mean, it's very close. I mean, you might as well not move because the stadium is just there.
Yeah.
I'm actually sad because I won the league there. It's a great stadium for me.
Are you picking up on his? He goes off on a tangent. He's sort of getting away from the question we asked. Do you get that? Might be the Arsenal.
Yeah.
He had some good memories there. He had some good memories there in the League Cup.
Do you think
remember that League Cup game?
I didn't win the league there.
Do you think he's reflecting?
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, the League Cup game. You had good memories there.
Semi-final.
Right? Yeah, good memories. You see, I'm being fair.
Yeah. You're sharing it out.
I'm being fair.
Are you getting the vibes that I think you're getting from? I think he's reflecting the Arsenal supporters' view that this is going to be a difficult game for us. Absolute legend at Arsenal, panicking as we sit here. Yeah. You're cool as a cucumber.
Well, I think, as Thierry said, if he was playing, even if this current team was struggling the way it is now, if he was playing, you wouldn't be panicking, would you?
I'm going to tell you one thing. I didn't mean it like that, like if I was playing. I meant it like when you know you're going to play a game, so you know you're going to be in it, you can act.
Yeah, you can do something about it.
That's what I'm saying. The worst part is when you sit back and you watch.
I haven't got much longer, guys. You're a big player. You're playing on the continent somewhere. Both Tottenham and Arsenal come in for you at the start of next season. Who are you going to join?
Right.
Who are you going to join?
It's an easy one for him now.
Yeah. But I feel that Tottenham have always been good at bringing players.
Where Tottenham are right now, what's the next 5 years hold for them? The next 5 years for Arsenal?
Well, Arsenal, we don't know. We really don't know. I mean, we don't know what the manager. Well, moving to a new stadium in the future. We've got a young squad, a young manager. At this moment in time, everything looks great. Obviously, in football, you never know. Things change very quickly. But at this moment in time, Tottenham's interesting.
Right, you're not going to answer it. Can I ask you this quick? Will you answer this then? When you got off that fence, who's going to win at the weekend? Give me a prediction, both of you.
I generally think that it's difficult for me. Arsenal are going to win.
You genuinely believe that?
Yeah, that's the only time I'm a bit dumb with it, because it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal Tottnhem. I cannot say anything else.
Say draw.
No, I can't.
Because that's what I used to say when games were really. I wasn't sure, and I thought we possibly could lose.
You're not super confident this weekend on the 30th.
I am, yeah, I am, and it's not overconfident. It's not arrogance. I think that the team's just playing so well at home.
But you listen. You have to accept the role right now. You're in front of us, so that should be a definite. The way you're playing, the way you play Chelsea at home, the way you play Man City, that aggressivity in the right way, in people's faces, putting pressure from the front, that structure that you have, you're well coached, So normally, especially the way Arsenal been playing away from home, okay, they won against Middlesbrough, but do you know what I mean? You should win that. But again, I'm still going to go with Arsenal. And to answer to your question, the future looks brighter there. I'm going to have to be honest. It looks brighter. It seems like for a very long time it didn't happen, but they're going to finish in front of us. But that doesn't mean that I will still go and play for Tottenham if I was the top player.
Guys, it's been great. It's been great. Please shake hands, as all the boxers do in this situation.
Well, no. Yeah, no, I suppose.
It's not about luck.
It's not luck, is it? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's written. It's already written.